get up on your feet. What you need to do is catch up with them. Bounce, man, get up on your feet and help me get it.
A former glamour model, a keen blogger and princess intent on shunning the limelight are among the colourful members of the royal family who will welcome the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in Scandinavia this week. The Swedish royal family, who have lived out much of their lives under the glare of the public eye, are headed up by Carl XVI Gustaf, his wife Queen Silvia and formerly known as the House of Bernadotte. Meanwhile, Norway's king and queen celebrated their 80th birthdays last year surrounded by their divorcee daughter and the heir apparent son, Prince Hasskon, who hit headlines when he shaved off his beard during a formal dinner as part of an elaborate prank. Over the years, assorted members of the Scandi royal families have hit headlines as much for their personal lives as their formal public engagements. First to raise eyebrows with their choice of partner was Sweden's Crown Princess Victoria, first in line to the throne, who defied convention when she struck up a romance with her personal trainer Daniel Westling in 2002. 16 years and 2 children later, Victoria appears to have paved the way for her younger brother, Prince Carl Philip, who married former glamour model Sofia Hellqvist in 2015, while Norway's Princess Martha Louise became the first royal in her country's modern history to apply for a divorce. From a former air hostess to a wild child prince with a love of fast cars, we reveal who's who in the Swedish and Norwegian royal families. At the age of 71, the second longest reigning monarch in Swedish history who took to the throne in 1973, and survived the country's landmark constitution the following year, still has an active role in public duties, albeit mainly ceremonial. Handing over increasing numbers of engagements to his eldest daughter in recent years has fueled speculation that he may abdicate to Victoria, 40. The presenter of the Nobel Peace Prize and a keen environmental campaigner, the septuagenarian has been embroiled in a string of controversies over the years, including accusations of secret affairs and wild parties. The grandfather of 6 is said to own a fleet of Porsche 911s, and was involved in a high-profile car crash in 2005 which made international headlines. His wife Silvia, is now 74 and the couple live in the 16th century Drottningholm Palace, just outside of the Swedish capital, while their official business offices are based at Stockholm's Royal Palace. The German-Brazilian Queen Consort, a former flight attendant, has joined her husband in delegating increasing numbers of royal duties to her eldest daughter Victoria and her husband Daniel. Sweden's golden couple, who will play host to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge this week, have taken on a huge volume of official engagements on behalf of the aging king and queen in recent years. Crown Princess Victoria, now 40, studied diplomacy and Swedish foreign policy before becoming a full-time working member of the royal family. Reports of a burgeoning relationship with her camera-shy personal trainer, Daniel Westling, in 2002 were followed by unsuccessful attempts by the couple to keep their romance under wraps, with the princess hitting out at the unfair media scrutiny of Westling, now 44. But 8 years later, the pair finally tied the knot in front of 1,200 guests at Stockholm Cathedral, and have since settled comfortably into public life with their 2 children, Princess Estelle, 5, and Prince Oscar, who turns 2 in March. Daniel, who is dyslexic, dismissed reports that his fiancée was not welcome in the House of Bernadotte, and condemned the public bullying of Sofia. The couple welcomed their first son, Prince Alexander, in April 2016, and another little boy, Prince Gabriel, and arrived in August the following year. Daniel and Sofia, who once appeared in reality show Paradise Hotel, live at Rosendal Palace with their 2 children. Former wild child and graphic design enthusiast Daniel, now 38, was once named among the world's 20 hottest royals in a Forbes magazine report. The reigning couple's youngest child, Princess Madeleine, is an art history and psychology graduate who followed in her siblings' footsteps by marrying a common of 3 years, after breaking off her engagement to a lawyer named Bergstrom. The 35-year-old occasionally carries out royal engagements on behalf of her father both in Sweden and abroad, as well as undertaking charity work with children's charity Minnesota, despite once describing herself as naturally shy in an interview. Currently 7th in line to the Swedish throne, the Queen Equestrian is expecting her 3rd child with American financier Christopher O'Neill in March, around the same time as the Duchess of Cambridge. They are already parents to Princess Leonor, 3, and Prince Nicholas, 2, and live a relatively private life in London, where O'Neill's business is based, although Madeleine keeps fans up to date via a public Facebook page with just shy of 1 million followers. O'Neill, who controversially declined the royal title when he married the princess in 2013, made headlines when he publicly criticized Donald Trump as shameful. And not forgetting the Norwegian royals. Norway's royal couple marked their 80th birthdays last year with a family trip to Cape Town, South Africa, along with their 2 children and grandchildren. The celebrations continued back in Oslo, where they invited royals from Sweden, Britain, the Netherlands, Belgium and Denmark to help them mark their milestone birthday. King Harald V, who took to the throne in 1991 after the death of his father Olav V of Norway, spent part of his childhood in exile during the German occupation of WWII, and has represented his country as an Olympic sailor. He and his wife Queen Haraldsson, are parents to Princess Martha Louise, 46, and Crown Prince Hasskon, 44, who will take to the Norwegian throne ahead of his older sister due to the country's laws of succession. Martha Louise, who is active on social media and has a blog called Soul Spring, has since joked that she would be more likely to find a unicorn under her Christmas tree than a new boyfriend. She runs the Her Royal Highness Princess Martha Louise's Fund, similar to the Prince's Trust, which helps to fund non-governmental projects helping disabled children. Norway's heir apparent is fond of a prank. During his parents' formal 80th birthday celebrations last year, he confused dinner guests by shaving his beard off halfway before the meal, rendering him unrecognizable. And it seems he has passed his cheeky sense of humor on to his son, 12-year-old Prince Magnus, who famously performed the dab dance move as various members of the royal family assembled on the balcony of Oslo's royal palace for formal photographs. He and his wife, Princess Mette-Marit, are also parents to Princess Ingrid Alexandra, 14, who is the goddaughter of Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden.